Welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report with Mo Cassara. I'm Stephen Gorchild, joined by the head coach of the Hofstra Pride men's basketball program, Coach Cassara. Welcome, Coach.
Stephen, thanks.
So 2 games into the 2012-13 campaign, Coach, 0-2 start, but there are some positives we can take out of that. First game on the road at Monmouth, dropped a decision to the Hawks. Can you talk about that game and obviously what went wrong, I guess?
Sure. I think first of all you have to give a lot of credit to Monmouth. I think they've got 4 seniors and their coaching staff's done a great job of getting them to play very hard. I thought they came out were much more aggressive than we were, and we were a little behind and turned the ball over a lot early in the game. Kind of fought and clawed our way back, and then just weren't able to score down the stretch. So certainly some things that we have to learn from. Played in a tough environment for 2 games, and looking forward to getting back home here this weekend.
Obviously, it doesn't appear that the score was indicative. You end up losing the game by 29, but it was more like a 10 to 15 point game that late.
Yeah, I think it should have been. Obviously I think we went the last 5 or 6 minutes without a field goal, which as a coaching staff is very frustrating. The score probably wasn't indicative of the game, but again, a lot of credit to Monmouth. They beat us. They were the more aggressive team, and with our young team and our new group, we have to learn from that.
From the game against Monmouth, how encouraged though are you about the games that Musa Kone and Jimmy Hall gave you?
Yeah, I think our young front court guys have really started to do some great things. Even Stephen Marconi got 11 rebounds in that game. We've got some young front court guys that are working hard. The freshman guys got a lot of experience and have gotten kind of knocked back a little bit. So I think that we need to continue to teach and learn and show them what they need to do to be successful at a high level.
Musa Kone, a guy that did not score in double figures all last season, has now scored in double figures both games this season, and he looks more at ease offensively and has certainly given you stretches where he can stay on the court for longer and provide what you need.
Yeah, I think it's a great point, Stephen. We need to continue to get him to be in better shape, to continue to work harder. But his energy and his length and his athleticism has certainly helped us. Now we've got to tie that into the defensive end, and we've got to start to get a little bit tighter on that end.
Freshman Jimmy Hall, forward, just looked at ease in the college game. His first 2 games, double-double in his first collegiate game, first player since 2009 to do that for Hofstra. And then the second game against a Purdue squad from the Big Ten was the leading scorer on the court. Can you just talk about his development?
No, Jimmy's done some good things. Obviously the product of a great high school program, the product of great coaching from Coach Hurley and St. Anthony's, and certainly he has some things to continue to learn as well. As a group, as a whole, we have to take care of the ball better. Even Jimmy had some great numbers, but we have to take care of the ball better and stop turning it over at what I would consider an alarming rate, especially if you're on the road. And that's a hard lesson for our young guys to learn, but it's something that we have to talk about every day and continue to preach. And as we move forward here and we start taking care of the ball, we're going to be a much more competitive basketball team.
So after the Monmouth game, you go travel the road to West Lafayette, Indiana to play Purdue. Were you at all concerned about the turnaround? It was such a short turnaround, Friday night game into a Sunday afternoon contest involving a plane trip, 2 different nights in a hotel. Was that a concern?
Yeah, very challenging for our young team. I probably wasn't as concerned about it as I normally would because I'm just a little more concerned with us and getting better. And I knew that game was going to be a challenging game for us, but it's another experience we have to kind of tuck in our back pocket and hopefully use as the year goes on, and continue to teach our guys, about from everything from staying in hotels and travel and what we have to do to prepare and a quick turnaround. And certainly the outcome wasn't what we were looking for. I thought there were some good points throughout the game where we did some good things.
Especially the second half of that game, your team really fought and clawed their way back. The game was, I guess the decision was already in hand for Purdue, but
sure,
did you get the effort in that second half that you were hoping for out of the Monmouth game?
I thought a little bit more, yep. I thought there were some more flashes and stretches where we did some good things. And again, our young front court guys I thought did some good things. But again, we have to continue to get better on offense, continue to get better on defense, and then just take care of the ball. And I think if we do those things, like I said, as the year goes on, we get our roster up to where we need it to be, we'll be a much more competitive basketball team.
With a young team experiencing an atmosphere like Purdue, is it good for your team to get at that kind of atmosphere so early in the year, since you're going to be in so many different road games, whether it's in the conference or other road games, Barclays Center,
sure,
Manhattan?
Yeah, great point, and I think it was certainly a great environment, great arena, very, very tough Big Ten team, very well coached team. Coach Painter does a great job with Purdue. He's a good friend of mine, and I really, really like what they do with their team and how hard they play. So great experience for our guys all around.
So this Friday you host your first home game of the year, South Dakota State, featuring a probable lottery pick in the NBA, followed by District of Columbia on Saturday, and then Marshall on Sunday. your thoughts going into the 2K Sports Classic?
Well, certainly we're at home. I think that's the most positive thing that we have to look at. And then I think there's also 3 very good teams that we have to play. South Dakota State, just got done watching some more film on them. A very talented NCAA tournament team with an NBA caliber guard. District of Columbia, I haven't had a chance to watch too much yet, but a team that won over 20 games last year and has a lot of transfers and veteran guys and well coached by Jeff Rulon. And then a Marshall team that's picked to probably be a postseason NCAA tournament team as well. So no easy games for us, but we are home after a tough road couple weeks, and we'll give them all we got.
The first game, South Dakota State, obviously featuring a star player nationally, but just judging by the first 2 games, don't go very deep though. Looks like you play 7 to 8 players. Can you kind of take advantage of that, hopefully, with playing so many guys the first 2 games of the year?
Yeah, I'm hoping we can. I'm hoping we can wear them down a little bit. I'm hoping we can throw some different guys at them a little bit. And again, we're still continuing to try to juggle our roster a little bit and figure out what works best for us. Wohlers is a terrific player. He reminds me a lot of Charles Jenkins, a guy that can actually dominate the game or make people around him better without even having the ball in his hands. He's just a terrific player.
Saturday features a UDC, University of District Columbia, kind of the interesting side angle, coached by Jeff Rulon, a New York guy. That'd be kind of interesting for fans of basketball to see him back in the area.
Yeah, happy for Jeff. He's did a great job at Iona, and certainly now back coaching at that level, and I think he's done a great job. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch him too much, but I know that they're going to be very competitive.
And then Sunday, Marshall, as you mentioned, coached by Coach Herrion, probable postseason team. We're going to see some great college basketball this weekend, aren't we?
Great college basketball, great coaches, great teams, and teams from out of the region that probably people in the New York area would never see or probably not even see on national TV. But you have a chance to watch probably three postseason teams this week at different levels in different leagues. But very good teams, very well coached.
Exciting part about Friday's game: any fan that brings goods to donate to the Long Beach community in the wake of Hurricane Sandy will receive a free ticket to the game. I know you're a resident of Point Lookout, New York. How important is this gesture to you?
Yeah, for people outside the area, I don't think anybody realized how tough and how hard this area was really hit, and the damage and the despair that kind of continues here on the South Shore of Long Island. So we encourage all of our fans and friends to come and donate and get yourself to see some good college basketball.
With all that's happened to your team this preseason and into the regular season, all the travel, different sites, how comforting though is it this week from Monday through Sunday to know we're home in the Mac Sports Complex, practice, game. How good is that for your program?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I think it's nice to, hopefully have a consistent week of practice and have a consistent week of going to school and going to class and playing games. And I think that, we're well on our way to that today.
What's your goals for this week, whether it's individually per game or the whole trio of games?
Yeah, it's a great question, Stephen. I think we have to stay focused on continuing to get better. We have to stay positive. We've got a lot of new faces, a lot of young guys, and we've got some guys who have also played some basketball and have a lot of great basketball to offer us in this program. We just got to keep staying positive, keep working hard, and the wins will come.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Stephen. I appreciate it.
And thanks you for watching the W. Mason Coach Report with Most Cassara. For ticket information to this week's games, please call 516-HOF-TIXX. Thank you.